ready.
Holy shit, one sec. Oh my god. Wait, talk?
Yo.
Oh man. One sec, one sec. They're coming in hot and crunchy.
No
Input,
worries.
input volume. Just keep do the ABCs for me.
Does this work better?
Yep, that's much better.
Okay.
Perfect.
For some reason, you got quieter.
Test,
I don't know
test,
why that would be.
test.
Oh, I cannot hear you at all.
Really?
Well, let me turn my output volume up.
Yeah, I think my Traveler's Den is different than my. Unless it's the same. Okay.
Yeah, can you make sure your input volume is all the way up?
Oh shoot. Okay, one sec. Yep. Test.
Much better, much
Okay.
better.
And then you, what again? ABCs?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V.
That's great. All right, cool. The balance of settings and EQ. What's going on, my friend? Good morning to you.
Good morning. We'll stretch it out a little bit. I've been at this fucking desk for a while.
Oh, we both got our happy relaxation pants on. I got my
the backwards pants.
Yeah, what do I got on? I'll show you mine. I got the oh wait, it's not gonna work because I'm recording.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it just shows the rotating squares.
I hate that. Anyways, I'm wearing a nice pair of Jack Skellington Christmas pants.
Excellent.
That are absolutely fantastic, and I love them. All right, hell yeah, man. How's the rest of the week going so far?
Good, mostly good. Yesterday went by with no issues. I slept for most of my shift,
Nice.
so that was cool.
Nice.
Not a whole lot to do, so not a problem. I've been chasing this error in the realm right now for a good while. Unfortunately, it's trying to look up player permissions for players that are offline, and it looks like it's an error that has been talked about. I think it's been resolved in one of the latest builds, but we're not 1.19.4 yet. So
copy. And it seems like we won't. Okay, so for my understanding of this, right now with 19.3, we have built a resource pack that is perfect for doing, well, seemingly perfect for doing everything that we are working towards.
You mean resource pack as in the plugins on the server side or on the player side?
I shouldn't have said resource pack. I'll say our dev resource pack that we're both using right now.
Package.
Our plugin pack. Okay, cool. So the dev plugin pack right now is all pretty much scotch taped together to make 1.19.3 look right. But
I mean, the only exception being that I mean, everything works, and I think everything would work if we updated to 1.19.4. I think there's a few things that are lagging, but I could double check and we might be able to update now if we wanted to.
Well, I guess
I just haven't been focusing on it.
Yeah, that's the question for me, is working towards the Planet Azyros, filming with Optifine, and using replay mod. If we update to 4, is it going to affect that? Do I have to find new plugins? Because I guess the example would be if it is, we spend another week and a half or whatever time allotted, so I can make sure to get that stuff done before we do another update, or if it affects.
I would look into the replay mod. I'm pretty sure Fabric, or pretty sure every mod that we threw in, OptiFabric, Optifine, I think they all have official releases. 19.4. Optifine has it.
Cool. Okay.
OptiFabric has it. I'm sure Simple Voice Chat does. has it.
Okay.
And then what's the other one that we use?
Replay mod and Opti Fabric.
Let's see.
Opti Fabric was the one that was the hardest, at least for me, to get. Replay mod was easy.
Mods. Fabric API is the
Yep.
other one.
Yep.
Yeah, those all work for 1904. It's just a matter of chasing down plugins because each plugin has its own separate like repository where they
Yep.
put the jars, you know.
Yep.
And so I have to I usually do one fresh install of all the plugins. I run it to see what's not working, and then I go back and do that
Yeah,
3 or 4 times until it does work.
I guess I'm familiar with the plugin search. It's obviously it can be quick and easy, or it can be annoying GitHub search.
Yeah, doubly so on the back end.
Yeah, I imagine. So I guess the question being the errors and issues that you're being hit with, you're saying would be solved.
Well, right now, yes, they would be solved. They have been solved in the latest updates of
Yep.
Citizens, because what's happening is Citizens is using fake players to, do their NPC thing, and then World Guard and Luck Perms are trying to call up those players' permissions when they do things,
Yep.
or like even just when they load them in, and yeah, it's not a player, so it's having trouble bringing up their permissions.
Yep. Copy.
But it does get fixed, I think, by Citizens. I was just going through all these heated debates between the World Guard.
Check.
So,
check. Ooh, it's
um,
last thing I heard you say, and then it glitched out, was you going in between the conflicts between the World Guard. Yeah.
That's about it. They just had some spats, but I went back to the other one. They were like, "Oh, well, I understand why they were frustrated. Like, I've been doing the same free dev work for like 10 years now, so I understand it."
Copy. All right.
Yeah.
So, I guess. Okay.
I could try updating it. I'll probably do that after our meeting.
Yeah. Also, there's no rush to update because that just means I'm gonna have to rebuild that mod folder to keep doing the things. But once again, there's
Well, I can do it too. It's only 4 mods. It's super easy.
well, that one
Right.
was a pain in the ass to find. The
No, well, we know if we just go to the creators' GitHub page, then we can find what they've been working on. So it's not that hard.
well, let's see if they have been
It
working
was
on
like
the new
Choco
one.
Cat,
Yep.
whatever.
Choco.
Yeah, so I'm on their OptiFabric page. They have
1.194 screenshotting.
they direct to this CurseForge site.
Yeah. That's not where. Even the most recent update that I put in that folder isn't from here. Isn't from the CurseForge. It's from the GitHub specifically.
So you just download the zip.
Yeah, I found it in a forum of.
I feel like I didn't find it that way. So let me look at. All right, so hold on. Let's slow down. Let's look at what did work. OptiFabric 1.13.21. That worked for me. And then 1.13.24 is the beta version on their CurseForge site. So I think it's even newer. We can try that, but that would mean updating the server. And once the server updates, as we all know, there's no going back.
Oh, well, they have a brand new update on the CurseForge site that's from March 24th.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, there you go.
So I think we'll be good on that end.
And then OptiFine, OptiFab. Okay, cool. That's huge. All right. Well,
do you want to delay so you can get some shots?
That's what I was saying. I don't want to delay because it seems like it's causing bigger issues on back end because the shots aren't as important.
That is, well, the issues are caused by not updating. Yes.
Yeah. So I would say is now that we've seen that all of the mods have been updated as well. There's nothing holding it back from being pushed.
Oh yeah, I'll have to double check that they are all updated so I don't start to update and then halfway through realize that like Essentials or some plugin that we really rely on hasn't updated, you know?
Yep.
But it should be all good, especially given how much chatter there's been about plugin compatibility since 1.19.4's release.
Yeah, copy.
I think we're in good hands.
Okay, cool. All right, so great. So updating whenever, doesn't matter, and then there's the ability to get everything is prepared. Cool. Have you checked out the most recent .world website?
No. Let's do that. And then also, dude, like I was looking through your post from last time, the one that I should have looked at before the meeting, and I was like, oh, well, this answers like 8 of my questions before. Like if I had just read through it, I would have seen the answers to my questions. So
yeah,
well, embarrassing on my part. I can't believe we got so far into that conversation without realizing.
Yeah, and I apologize for not taking into account. I got frustrated, but not taking into account that you're fucking exhausted, and that makes total sense that we just whiffed over that. So for my apologies for the not louder awareness, knowing that you were exhausted.
Word. Yeah, well, thank you, both of us. You know, there's always. Oh my gosh! Sorry, I got excited because I saw the font.
Oh yeah, it's cooked.
Wow! Excellent.
So I'd imagine there'll be some problems, but it's been up to, and let's try to find.
You got the black text box too.
Yeah, and the background video is shorter, so it should load smoother and better. There should be a better flow with that. But all the updates, I believe, that we talked about last week, and all the separate trees have been updated. It's got cool flow too, because it gets long. You can go different ways. If you go one way, you find his name is Teller Kremik really early in the whole conversation, and Kremik the other conversation. You go through the whole time and not learn it's Kremik to the last. So just based on those 7 questions you asked, already there's like trees that go for a minute. That's what I'm saying. Like
cool, and the flow works.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun because like it's already has this.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was thinking about dialing it back a little bit, so I'm glad to hear that.
No, dial in. Like, let's go as deep as possible. Like the most. Let's have. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We could have the best teaser ever by a question being like, "So what's Azyros again?" And you know, the answer can just go, "Oh, you don't know about the blah blah."
This is awesome, dude.
Hell yeah! Thanks, man. I'm excited about it too. And I think what we talked about last week with the red font being crossed off, showing time, you can't go back, like you move forward. Those questions do come back now in a different way, but I love how it shows that like you're moving down in the conversation. I think that was it.
So is this an image? Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I can't click this one, but what do you mean? So that just doesn't have a functional link, right?
I'd imagine so.
There?
Yeah, just take a picture if you don't mind. Now it's at a place where it's like try to find all the mistakes because we'll either fix them via the website or the conversation, so it flows the best.
Okay, so I have where am I or why is that funny? Where am I? Okay, interesting. So it should be okay. Hold on. We side by side these with the flow chart. So I went hello, then I went can you understand me? Then I went where am I or who are you? I clicked on who are you? So I went to here. I'm Telechromic. I'm sort of an explorer here. And then instead of why do you look like that or why is that funny? I got where am I or why is that funny? And where am I is this option back up here. So where am I is repeated twice. It should be why do you look like that or why is that funny?
Oh yeah, take a picture. Take a picture of the web page with the incorrect links, because I did take creative liberty to bring up questions earlier in a different way, to try to show the branching to go in different directions.
So this is wait-where.html.
Okay.
There we go. I got the snip, and then I will send this in the unnamed thread that we have for the intro. Okay, so there's that. Awesome.
So my notes, I wish you could see me. It's fucking annoying that you can't see me. I feel like that's I feel like that's like cheating. Because I'm also like, I use my hands a lot. I feel like that's like a good way to communicate. Wait, let me try to pause this recording. Okay, we're back. Cool. Okay, so, cool. I'm happy you've seen the updated website. Now it's at a point where, find all the mistakes you can, and the goal once again.
And then push the actual narrative because we have more to write.
Yep, exactly. And then for Sunday, I think the website right now is already at 80%.
Yeah.
I'm happy that it's out, and if somebody happens to go there right now, there's juice, there's flow.
Can we? What are your opinions about the static figure from the video?
This is why I'm happy you can see me. Okay.
He's so
okay.
Italian.
Yeah, it's like Okay, so I'm happy that you're in the room for this part of the game. The bigger part of Azyros is not just obviously the game, it's the Discord, but it's also the website. There's always different ways to do it, to bring the audience in. I'm happy you're in the room for it. You're writing the conversation. I think it's amazing. I want you to be in it for, obviously you're in it for what the background video is, to connect it to Azyros via the idea that this is an interactive teaser. This is a micro game, an interactive teaser for the game. So for me, the background right now is perfect in the sense that it is a place you see in the game. It is mysterious. There is that bridge between the internet medium and Azyros. So there's enough there, I think, to pull you in now that the conversation can be interactive and also lead you to the game, lead you to videos. So,
sure.
So the background to me with the character, do I need it? No. But need is never in the books, in anything. So it's just like, can it be there? Absolutely. As long as it's like, for me, like that's what that I'm happy you're in the room for this conversation. Like, do we want it there? What's the benefits of it being there? Like, I think the biggest part here is for them to want more. The
biggest part for me is I want it to load quickly, right? 5-second loop max, and maybe make it into a GIF. See if that loads faster instead of an MP4. That might be interesting. I don't know how scalable GIFs are, but yeah, that's the biggest thing for me.
Website background. So not talk for me. No technical, just like a hook. The website being a hook. Seeing the character rather than just hearing their voice and seeing this background to me isn't as important as everything else being interactive and there being branches of conversation and
Yeah.
visuals and easily to get to the IP. So
Yeah, I
if
think
that's the most, but the background, you know, I love the idea of seeing this character for a second here and there because I think that'd be just add to the effect. Having said that, it's not necessary, I feel.
sure.
Which is
Yeah,
fine.
I mean it's totally not necessary, but um
I also want to make a note just because necessary via language sounds really bad. None of this is necessary. So let's just like drop that. I just feel like
sure.
as a hook, like none of what we're doing is necessary. We're doing this because we want to for trying to make the best possible thing. And for
Yeah, I think
this,
it's a good hook.
yeah, as a hook, seeing the character is great. Not seeing the character is great. The conversation and the branching possibilities are the most important part of the site because even if the site website was just white, could you get the same effect with just the conversation? I think yes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Okay. Let's go to the website real quick. Yeah, I mean, 100% it works with a gray background before the video even loads in. I think as it is right now, the video takes away from any sense of immersion, right? Because you're like, oh, what is this? Like, what am I looking at? And then I know what I should be looking at, especially as somebody who's played Minecraft before, and seeing the static image of something that I've seen a million times moving, takes me out of it more for sure. I think if we just drop the video, I wouldn't mind it. The next thing that I want to investigate is we're talking to somebody. I want to see them, uh we can address that. We can be like, how'd you find me? Like, how'd you find this channel? Well, never mind, it doesn't matter. Uh you're not like you're in an unstable position. You're like compromised, and it's unlikely that you'll be able to hear me for much longer. My name is Kremek. I come from a dying world. Like this sort of thing. Like the narrative is 100% more imperative than the video. Um, so if we drop the video, I'm not. At the end of the day, I'm not going to complain. I just thought it had juice to it.
I agree. No, I totally agree. I think the best way to make the video better is thinking in a different way, which is like if it's going to exist and probably suck a bit because of the internet medium, there's going to be the suspense of disbelief being cracked. How do we use that to our advantage? Like if there is going to be a video.
I think we scale it down, make it a lot smaller. Who cares if it's 1080p? It could be 230p for all I care. If it would just add to the blockiness, and it would add to the static of the whole situation.
Yeah, okay, that's great. That's great. So we'll
So that's one
try
note.
a way smaller video.
Yeah, because fuck it.
Well, no, I think right. I mean, it's either a great video in the background that's awesome that utilizes the internet medium that makes sense and isn't distracting and is a hook, or once again just a white background with an amazing conversation that is just the perfect
50% gray. That's all.
Well, then it becomes Web Zero, which is the Minecraft equivalent of so which is brilliant. So the background exactly okay. So we're on this exact same wavelength because then you play the game and you're seeing the character and you're like, oh shit, this is awesome. You're gonna get immersed. Okay, cool. So conversation Sunday website. We're in a great place. I'm gonna make a smaller video for the background and make a B version. That's gray in the background, so we can check it out next week. But also, let's remind ourselves, after we make the website on Sunday and we feel good, it has the foundation to move forward. What I want to do is make a phone version that is going to be on
Tell
gray.
me what's up with the phone version, because you talked about gamifying the phone version.
Yeah. It's essentially going to be a forced Wogaz experience. Not literally Wogaz the character, but a different conversation for the phone medium, because how you're going to click it is going to be different than how you're going to click it here. Here, you have website, which people know, website 0 is going to be like this, but phone, imagine yes or no questions, but a bunch of them, and you go to a new page each time, so the branching isn't, there's no history. Every page is going to be a new conversation.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a modded version. So my goal is Sunday, we have the foundation that we're both happy with what the website looks like. By the Sunday after that, I'll make a phone version. And in that week, we'll go through iterations to make it perfect for that medium. I'll just...
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, show me what that looks like and what we're working with, and we will figure it out.
Yeah, okay, great.
So here's another thing about the website. When I go to Can You Understand Me, the picture continues down a great deal further than the actual prompt. You see that? So there's a very faint box. You see how much further this goes down? Is that on purpose, or is that because of...
I don't see your screen.
Oh, my bad. I'm not even streaming.
At no point in this were
never
you
was
streaming. Yeah, that's why I kept saying take pictures of your screen.
Oh my god!
I can see.
Because I was streaming in Godland before I came over here.
Yeah.
I forgot to start the stream back up. So, Azyros.World, I clicked on Can You Understand Me, right? And then you can see where that box starts and ends, kind of.
Oh yeah, take a picture of that page. Right. That's a mistake. It should be always a little bit.
Image.
Yeah, a little bit longer, but not that long.
Yeah. So that's Can You Understand Me .html. I'll just send you that, and I'll title it appropriately. Long box than necessary makes the background extend past the conversation point. And then I'll drop that PNG in there, copy image. So there's the HTML.
So
okay, cool.
So I'm just gonna pitch. I don't know if I should. This is a good idea. I guess I want to. Never mind.
No, go for it. I mean, we can talk. I can website bug tests later.
Yeah. Okay. So, future. This is. I want to call this website 3. This is the 3rd iteration of the same style of website. This version I feel like is, definitely the feels like the 3rd iteration, has the most connectivity, especially on Sunday. We'll see it's gonna be a really great smooth transition, especially with the IP click. So you can it essentially can just start.
What's the IP click? Can you explain that?
Connecting to the game. So
getting the IP address. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Getting the IP address and getting the Stone Globe archives plus this branching conversation. I think this is going to be the best version the website's had, which I'm super excited about. That website 4, just throwing what the aspirations that the website has for me moving down, is that the website becomes it's even more connected to the game, where ideally people, the Tellers Academy is able to make the website. So the connectivity, so essentially if you want to make the website, or somebody else that wants to work on the website, you can do that through the game as well. And in the Tellers Academy, there would be a website type area that
crazy.
That's how they're connecting, is this way of connecting from A to B, but essentially taking it off, like making the HTML into a group ability to update the HTML FTP like we make with Magic into So that's the goal for a website. Whether it's 2 years or whatever. That's the long.
Sure.
So.
Can I tell you my first thoughts or my first instincts on that?
No.
No, I can be negative.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. No, that's because I'm not thinking about ways. I'm just that's just like the goal of connectivity of website.
Sure.
Right now, it's one way where it takes people from the internet and brings them into Azyros, but there's no way for Azyros to be connected to the internet, and that's not like Azyrian in goal.
There's a similar thing that I've been wanting to do for a while, which is to create a place where Azyros connects back to the Discord. You know, so you can have it so that whenever a player chats, it gets logged on the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
But I find that less compelling than like a physical ticket submission sort of thing where like somebody puts a note in a chest, that note gets posted to a channel in the Discord, you know? It could just be a note saying hello. It could be a note being like, "Hey, this is going wrong, and I'm having trouble with this." You know.
Oh wow.
That exists. There are Discord integrations with Denizen.
Wow, that's really fucking cool.
So yeah, that's a project that I can work on anytime. You know, I think that your implementation is definitely. I don't know of a way that it's feasible, but I'm sure that it could be.
My of what are you talking about specifically?
Website building in the realm, you know.
Oh, that's once again. I'm not sure how it's going to happen yet, but in sense of right now, it's even with you and me, it's one directional. That in the future, someone in Azyros, if they love to make HTML, that specific language, I think the Tellers Academy having a class for that or having the ability for them to be a part of this conversation.
Class on it. I would attend that class.
Exactly. So that's an ability of the teacher-student idea, just like, and the connectivity to that mysterious interluder right now is Kremik, but in the future, that being, a player who's saying, hey, get in here. We have whatever that conversation can turn into.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't it supposed to be Mike Virgil?
Yeah.
It could totally be Mike Virgil. Who's Kremik? Who's Wogaz? Am I Kremik?
I think you're Kremik and I'm Wogaz, but we've been very gelatinous.
That's so funny. I meant to write it from Mike Virgil's name, and I totally just wrote I'm Kremik.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Okay. Yeah, totally. And honestly, if you had streamed the HTML development of the website so far, I'm super interested. I would have loved to see.
I'm doing hack shit, but it's the goal for it is like I'm saying, the phone version. I want to be the most simple HTML site ever, because it's it's the step even closer to that class where it's just like, hey, this is how you do it. It's really fucking simple. It's how you upload to the FTP, ABC, whatever. But that's even more sense that the background video on the website isn't important, because the Web 0 feeling to me is really important, because it's the bridge into web development.
Love it. I'm on board.
All right, great. So website, I'm happy that you're feeling good. I'm also feeling very good. I think the conversation's great. If you want to change it to the Virgil experience, it's just a different personality. In my mind, in 3 months from now, 2 weeks from now, 1 year from now, you go, yo, can we change the conversation to somebody else talking to you on the website? That's the goal. That's always updating based on what chapter we're in, how we're feeling, what's going on, and ideally in that 3 month, 6 month plan, you'll be able to update it yourself on the FTP via the HTML.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, or anybody else will be able to as well. Yeah.
All right, so all that in mind, I will keep on keeping on with this flowchart, and I'll even try and make it more readable, knowing how this is going to be formatted. You know, it's only going to show the ones that came before it. Um, so it might be easier to have this go top down than sideways. You know.
Yep.
So those are my thoughts there. I will finish this up.
Is that?
What?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. Only because this flowchart is perfect for me to see. Is that connected to the original Miro? Did you?
I believe it's under our team. So the boards in this teller's team, which
Okay.
there are 2 users in. There's
Okay.
only a flowchart. There should be that other one should be in here. That fishbone diagram that you had.
Yeah, that one. That's what I'm saying. Where is that?
So let's find the fishbone diagram. Control A, fishbone, Miro.app/board/whatever. Okay. All right.
Beautiful.
Fishbone diagram. Owner. Location Azyros.World, no project. How do I open its location? So with this one, I'm looking at my dashboard and team profile. Little boards one. So we've got Azyros.World team and we've got Teller team.
Interesting.
Oh. Smile Big Walker requests access to your team and board flowchart.
There you go.
I think. Okay, so I've approved your request. Sorry, I still. I've only been working with my board, and everything else is just a lot to look at. Okay, so I'm closing the feed. I believe you're a part of this team. It says 3 users now, so that's interesting. Connor Hoog, Smile Big Walker, and Smile Big for God. This was sent from like your Apple ID or something. This guy looks cool.
What's it called?
Tellers. So look, I'm part of 2 teams. I'm part of the Tellers and the Azyros.World one. Let me just bring the other diagram over to yours. Move to team Azyros.World. So now if I go to the Azyros.World team, it's on there as well. I'm interested to see if I make changes, will it still stay?
Oh no. Oh no.
Cut my life into pieces. Okay, so it's only on your Azyros.World team. Okay, so you should be able to see it. It's part of the same team. What are you looking at?
I'm signing in. Suffocation, no breathing.
Cut my life into pieces.
This is my dice that forgives and don't eat it. Okay, sick. Yeah, I can do
Hey,
this.
there you are.
What's up, dog? Alright, yeah. This game.
So yeah, I'm gonna make this whole shindig top down. That's my first goal. I'm running out of time. I'll run. Who's over here posting?
Cut my life into pieces.
Suffocation, no breathing.
No breathing. Oh, it's so tight. Alright, cool. So I see it in both places now. We have figured it out. Definitely, if it can go top down, that would be hyper
That's the way to
sick.
go for sure.
Yep. And then I'll mirror the names via the website, and then it can be ultra.
Ultra instinct.
That's the Apple terminology. They're going with ultra now.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the 90s all over again.
I mean, everything will go clear sooner or later. They'll catch back on, and that was the best look. And motherboards look like nature in the most successful societies. Okay, cool. Website. So we figured it out. That can just be things that are said worked on. Cool. So after website, we can go back fully into game intro, back to quests, back to where it's going to start, and then at least me back to fixing pathing while making NPCs, because
I think running quests sounds like a good idea, and I'm excited to see if it's working because so I took the quest data, all the existing data, and I moved it to the local files and I deleted it off the server. So in the coming days, if you have a few seconds, if you want to jam on some quests, I'm interested in seeing. I can do the same. To be clear, this isn't something I'm putting on you.
Okay, go on.
I just want to test it, see if they get saved because we're having trouble with that. So.
Okay. That seems like. Are we doing a Sunday?
We are doing a Sunday.
Okay, so that seems like a great Sunday. Also, if say the server's updated, you obviously there's free reign now to update it whenever. I can quickly go into game now and save any replay mods for this, so I can edit them in post. Having said that, I got all the ones that I feel like I needed for right now. But I just
I'm sorry, I feel like I missed something.
No, I'm just thinking out loud because I want to be able to still shoot Azyros footage. I don't want to get caught in that loop, the update loop for that mod.
Are you asking if you want to shoot anything now or like?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like
Sunday?
maybe we don't. Maybe we wait for after Sunday to do that. It gives me a couple days. And then instead of working on quests, I'll get back into that on Sunday.
Sure.
I'll just shoot some Planet Azyros footage because I think that with the website is going to really get people like shooting a couple more shots in different locations, like we were talking about before, like finishing that part 1. Yeah. Okay, cool. So Sunday we'll update and work on quests. And that sounds great.
Sounds good to me as well.
Well, if you want to set call up today, I think hashtag.
Yeah, I'll just keep working on this bad boy. I'll check just to see if quest is working by making the stupidest quest I can imagine. I'll do some pre-research to see if all the plugins are ready to update, and then I think that's enough goals for this week. So let me write that down before I forget literally everything I just said. Goal 1. Finish this shit. Goal 2. Check if plugins are ready for updating. Goal 1.5. Check to see if Quest is working. And I think that's good. Yeah.
Cool.
Is working. Yeah. Cool. And then we'll check back in on Sunday.
And then we will, check in Sunday, 11 o'clock. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Also, I have a post that I want to do on the Patreon just because there's been no posts, so I'm going to send it over.
Yeah, I saw that draft, right?
Yeah, I put up a draft.
Yeah, it looked great.
Okay.
Can you ping me with that draft again?
Yeah, I'll send
I
you
don't
the...
remember where it was. Oh.
It's on the Patreon.
It's up?
No, it's on the Patreon as a draft.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah, so go in there, edit that. That will be... I mean, ideally, it's put out fucking now because the seriousness level on it is very low.
Sure.
Just to get that movie, just because we're already streaming.
Okay, so we have a Patreon-posts channel, and then we have the website update channel. Is this what I'm looking at? Patreon post for Tellers Academy, simple and clean a thread.
I believe so. What's the date on it?
Okay, cool. That is 2 days ago.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool.
And it's already on the Patreon as a draft.
Cool.
So there's no need to do it
Yeah,
now.
no, I read this whole thing and it looked great.
Cool. So I'm gonna, no stress, put that out. It's obviously all editable, but also in the coming weeks or on Sunday, I want to put out the Planet Azyros footage for Tank City and just get that more active because the Patreon's a great archive of time and what's being done. So all these having new...
You want to drop a cheeky from Grimble and smile at the end? What are your feelings?
I think we make, once the Patreon has a couple posts and it's moving, then we put on a sneaky, like, post that's just from, like, we can put on, like, a...
well, we're not trying to hide it necessarily, right?
No, I said there'd be, like, definitely not trying to hide it, but make, like, a loud post just from both of us that's, like, separate, just straight dev post.
Okay.
Or, no, it should definitely be in it, but not sneaky, just like the name. But that put out like a more, like a cooler, immersive, like Meet the Tellers post on Patreon.
Sure, I 100% think a Meet the Tellers post talking about the characters is super interesting.
Yeah, the RP goals for what that was made for, like that's the aspirations for that.
Yeah, I think that's the next post after this one, honestly.
Yeah, but that's like a more serious post where this is just kind of like, you know, starting the train again. Then you're going to be getting posts every couple weeks from Azyros and why, which is exciting.
Yeah, I only asked because one of the biggest goals going forward was more transparency, you know.
Oh yeah.
So.
And that's the goal for this one as well. This post is like nonchalantly bringing all of that up. It's just like, it's weekly, it's the dev, you guys have access, the OGs have access, like come free will, here's the time and date, here's a cute video. Simple.
All right, cool.
Simple. All right, well, do any edits, and then once you think it's good, give me
yeah, I can just post in the same thread, so no problem. Let me put that as goal 1.6.
Yeah, goal 1.6321.
All right, cool. Sounds good. Thank you for meeting with me today, and thank you for everything.
Yeah, another great day. Ooh, I'm making like a cool star right now.